looking at the chat right now. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. We're here today to start our top 3 album series. We're starting with 1968, and we're going to work all the way up till whatever year we're in. It'll probably be 2027 by the time we get to it, because this will be like a bi-weekly show. So yeah, it will be like probably 2027 if you do the math. But yeah, so we're starting with 1968. So I got quite a few people in the chat here. We got Danny's here, my mom's here, Bobo's here, lots of people. Yeah, we got lots of people here. So to the channel for the first time is Alex. He's got his own channel started actually. Do you want to do that now actually while you're
sure.
Just promote your channel at the beginning?
Yeah, it's called Tainted Decibels with an S. And so right now all I have are all the shows that I've been a part of, but original content is coming soon. As soon as I learn this whole world of filming and editing and so forth, but it'll be the same kind of thing, panels and interviews. And, my life, as you can see right now, is all about music. I retired at the end of last year so I could enjoy my collection. And that's what I'm doing.
There you go. Alex with the collection win, of course.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll put the link. You know what? What's the shit? You sent it to me. I could just do that now and put it in the. I'll put it in the description as well. You know what?
Okay.
Let's see. You sent me the link, right? No, I'll put it in the description, and then I'll put it at the end of the show. I'll let everybody know what the. Cool. All right. So.
Thank you.
So yeah, everybody check out Alex's channel. Yeah. So. Oh my God, I already forgot the name. I'm horrible. I can't even remember my own channel.
Good. Tainted
Decibels. Yes. Tainted Decibels. Okay. Go check out Tainted Decibels with a S, and you'll find Alex's channel there. So. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to him getting that started and uploading some videos. That'll be really cool. So wishing him some success and glad to have him on here for the first time.
Thank you.
So and yeah, also joining again today is Rand. He's been a regular lately, so I'm glad to have Rand back here again. West Coast Dave is back. Christina's here, and of course Logan is here. So yeah, we're gonna go from our third favorite up to our number 1. I forgot to mention that we were kind of like gonna go do it like a ranking order. I did forget to mention that, so Dave didn't really rank them like 3.
I can rank it.
You can?
I'll rank them.
Just wing it. Mine aren't set in stone either for the day, so it's just kind of like for today, this is the order I'm putting them in. Could change kind of thing, but so yeah, we're gonna go from the order you see it. So Alex, what's your third favorite from 1968?
All right, so all 3 of these albums are a journey, but they take you in wildly different ways. And I have a sort of a wild card number 3. Dave and I talked before this about picks, and he decided not to, unless he changes it, state the obvious. I am going to state the obvious at 1 and 2, and that's just how it is. And everyone has to deal with it. But number 3, we're going to go with this.
Okay.
Which is The Crazy World of Arthur Brown.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that. Oh, my God. That slipped my mind. Holy crap. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I never heard that.
Very good.
You never heard that?
I've never heard that album, no.
My man.
You must. You need to.
You must. So
I'm writing it down. I've heard of it.
This is if you've used or heard the term batshit crazy, that's this record. You saw the cover. This is like if you would, and I've never done this, but I'm assuming if you drop acid and watch David Lynch's Lost Highway, that's the experience that you're going to get. I mean, this.
Oh, you're in my wheelhouse. You're talking my language there.
Which one, acid or David Lynch or both?
Both.
Okay, there you go. So that's the UK version, and then obviously I have to have the US version too, since it's one of my favorite records. And if you look at that cover, I mean, that's what you're going to get. This is for 1968 something quite different. It's 38 minutes, and it's 38 minutes of madness. Crazy vocals by Arthur Brown. These high-pitched wails and screams that King Diamond stole. Theatrics that you wouldn't believe. He puts a fire hat on. He paints his face. So you got Alice Cooper. You got Peter Gabriel. You have David Bowie. All of these people name check him as an inspiration. So, but the music, heavily rooted in British blues, but there's soul. There's psychedelic all over this. It's actually produced by Kim Lambert, who was The Who's manager, co-produced by Pete Townsend of The Who. Originally, this was going to be a concept album about the horrors of hell. And the label got them to kind of cut that back a little bit. And so side one is that it's a suite. And then side two goes in a different direction, not thematic like that. But so the first thing is a prelude nightmare with a little bit of a spoken word. So right off the bat, and it's frantic spoken word, you sort of know where this is going. It goes in the fanfare fire poem, which right away goes into fire. And fire to me is one of the all-time great jams. This is, you could say, proto metal, proto hard rock. It is just a crazy song, again, with these vocal theatrics. I just think it's fantastic. So that leads into sort of the ending of this. Time Confusion is the crescendo of this whole suite. Then we go into a cover of I Put a Spell on You. And so this is Screaming Jay Hawkins, who himself was out there. Arthur Brown takes it to another level. We then have Best Cure, which is almost a straight up soul song. So again, you're going in a different direction. And then we go into I've Got Money, which is a cover of a 1962 James Brown B-side. So wild, right? And then the last song is Child of Kingdom, and that's kind of blues and psych, and it's got honky-tonk piano. So again, for 1968, there was a lot of wild stuff going on. Nothing more so than this. I think it embraces that era, but it stands out in its own unique way. And I would suggest, if you like this, there are multiple reissues with bonus tracks, but just the core album itself is an absolute must listen, not just of 68, of any era as far as I'm concerned.
Cool. Dude, awesome breakdown. Wicked. Yeah, that one slipped my mind. I didn't realize I was 68, though. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was older for whatever reason. But okay. Yeah.
I'll be checking that out for sure.
Cool. And then,
I admit, Fire's the only song I know. I didn't realize I put a spell on you.
If you like that, you'll like the rest. After this, the band kind of broke up. Arthur Brown did his own stuff. They got back together many years later. All of his stuff is wild and crazy. Some of it is a little too much even for me. Yeah. This one, though, it's the sweet spot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've watched that Fire video and always just thought it was kind of funny because it's just like back then people probably saw that this is so evil. That's nothing compared to what's around now. But back then people would be like, "Oh my God, it's the most evil thing ever." Yeah,
absolutely. It was Marilyn Manson before Marilyn Manson.
But now that's like pop music compared to what's out now with the extreme genres. Like it's a great heavy song though. I love that song actually.
Yeah, I love it
never
too.
For whatever reason never got around to listening to their albums, but that's cool. That's a great pick.
I'm the god of fire.
Rand can't hear you. Uh-oh. Can't hear you, Rand.
Frogfather's got technical difficulties.
Always.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that.
Peter Banks unplugged his mic. No. Rand, can you hear us?
He talked good about Flash.
Shit.
Come on,
yeah,
Peter, what's wrong?
No.
Rand, we can't hear you.
No, I think he knows. Yeah, he can hear us. So
okay.
Rand gets a cue card.
What happened? It was working before.
I'll read it.
It was working before we
went
live.
in the dark now.
What the hell happened? That's weird. It was working before he went live.
This is the entertainment people tune in for right here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Oh man. Dave, you wanna go and we'll go back to Rand once. Rand, try leaving and then coming back in. I don't know if that'll make a difference.
Okay, I'll go.
But yeah. All right.
Yeah, I see Alval's Talking Then Play On is a classic Fleetwood Mac album. I would have picked that if it was 68, definitely. Yeah. All right. My first album is by Dr. John. It's called The Night Tripper.
Wow, okay.
Wow. Nice.
And this is some weird stuff, man. I think there's a really good quote from All Music that I'm going to use. They say it sounds like a post-midnight ceremony recorded in the Bayou Swamp. And they named it among the most enduring recordings of the psychedelic era. It sounds as mysterious and spooky in the 21st century as it did in 1968. So a lot of times I like to write my own blurb, but that was a good one. So so the first song on this is called Gree Gree Gumbo Ya Ya.
What does that even mean? What?
So a Gree Gree is like a talisman. So it's something, it's a magic object. and then gumbo is food, and then this is some
you gotta sing it for
Louisiana stuff. It's swamp talk.
Yeah.
So that song that it starts off with is very slinky. It's sort of ghostly music. It's got echo-laden female voices. There's a male singer too. It's very hard to decipher kind of what's going on there.
Okay.
The next song is called Dance Kalinda Badoom, and that's an instrumental with chanting. It's got some really cool Spanish guitar playing. It's got really eerie keyboards, and it's sort of tribal sounding. The third song is called Mama Roo. That's got a mellow vibe, some nice percussion. And in that song, there's a line he sings, which is wham, bam, hang, ham.
I thought you were going to say thank you, ma'am. I'm like, oh, but we ripped that
wham,
up,
bam, hang, ham. Ham is in lunch meat.
Oh, God.
That's what I thought you meant.
Very strange vocals and words. So maybe you kind of are getting the vibe of this album. It's really, I mean, just look at the cover. The cover really looks like the music sounds for sure. It's just very it's very murky, drug-drenched kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a song called Dance Femme Bro. So there's a French flavor to this album here and there, you know, background singers.
Yeah.
There's a weird juxtaposition with Dr. John's vocals on the song and a female chorus. It almost sounds like the two vocal lines don't really even go together. And it's all about being good at the limbo. You know, the dance, the limbo. And there's a lot of talking and he's sort of rapping on it, actually.
Okay.
And there's like bells and crazy bass riffs and killer drums at the end. And then there's this little R2-D2 noise. I swear, if you listen to song number 4 on this album, the very end of it, there's this noise that sounds exactly like R2-D2. And you just got to wonder if that's where George Lucas got it from.
Yeah.
3 more songs on this. One's called Croker Court Bullion.
What?
And that's kind of a hellish chorus around like sparse blues guitar. And if you want to get freaky, this album's got it for you.
Whoa.
It's just bizarre. And it ends on this weird drum tumble that sounds like somebody kicked some drums down the stairs. Song number 6 is called Jump Sturdy.
Oh, okay.
There's a line in that says, she came out the swamps like a crazy fool. And that's kind of also indicative of what this album is like. It's dark and mysterious. It's got characters and storytelling. And then the last song on here is called I Walk on Gilded Splinters. And you might have heard of that before.
Yep.
That's a classic song, a real 10 out of 10. It's all about creeping in the night. It's kind of got a bongo groove, a very, very heavy groove, though. He's singing in tongues, maybe. Or maybe it's like he's scatting or something. There's an excellent comeback on the end of the song with bongos and smooth singing. There's whispers and shivers and whistles and I don't know what else. It's very, very strange. But that's my first pick is Dr. John the Night Tripper.
Nice, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't realize another guy I didn't know went back that far. Cool.
Just to get that out of my way, that was almost number 3. That's what's going to be an honorable mention. This is an amazing record.
Cool.
Great pick.
Cool. I like that we're getting different. I thought everyone was going to have like the same picks or like very similar, but
I avoided that on purpose.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So Christina, I know your number. Christina sent me her picks
thinking that
she was supposed to, but that's
Can
fine.
you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Go back to Rand. Yes.
Yes, we can, Rand.
Rand, what was your number 3?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say Carl Palmer's not on that Arthur Brown album.
He just toured with them, right?
He just toured with them.
Okay.
But I did see him live in 2019 at the Mountain Winery in Saratoga, California.
Okay.
Open for Yes.
That's a great venue. I love that place.
And he was crazy then. He had that ashtray with the fire. He did all that. It was pretty good. And Carl Palmer was playing drums on that.
Okay, cool.
Because they were like reuniting. But it was great. It was the Carl Palmer band and Arthur Brown sang lead on Fire. He didn't do anything else. Yeah. Okay, so back to my and the other thing too, what was I going to say?
Christina, I can see your pick.
No, I'm wrong. No, I messed up.
No, you can't.
Oh, I was going to say Dr. John and Captain Beefheart must have went to the same vocal coach.
Yeah, they have. Yes.
They sound identical to me.
I have a
Beefheart
Captain
be a little bit older, right?
I'm not a big fan of that, but I did hear a song by on Trout Mask Replica the other day by accident, and I went, "Oh my God, I've been missing out. The musicianship is incredible here."
That's the album I have.
I've never heard Captain Beefheart except for Bongo Fury, and I don't like that Zappa album much because of him. But anyways, I'm going to start with this album.
I figured. Yep.
This is Cream Wheels of Fire.
Yep.
And I've mentioned this before, but in case nobody saw that show, there's a flying saucer right here.
Yeah.
And on the back, there's a flying saucer right here. And if you look really, really close on this, you can see a face in the window.
Cool.
I love UFOs. I love flying saucers. And the inside of this album, look at this. This is incredible. Dayglow. This is Dayglow Madness for a Blacklight. Oh my God. So the songs on here, this is a half studio, half live album.
Yeah.
Starts with White Room, which is a great song. And it's a very weird beginning. A musician will notice right away that the intro is in 5/4 time. And the song is in 4/4. Sitting on Top of the World is an old blues number from Chester Burnett. And Eric Clapton kills on that. Passing the Time is a Ginger Baker and Mike Taylor song, which I can't remember much about, but Jack Bruce does bass, cello, calliope, and lead vocal. As You Said is a really trippy song too. Jack Bruce is on acoustic guitars, cello, and vocal. There's no Eric Clapton on As You Said, and I did not know that until now.
Wow.
And then the Live at the Fillmore, I think is the Live at the Fillmore East. They don't kind of tell you. Crossroads by Robert Johnson, Eric Clapton's greatest rock solo ever. And as a little tiny fun fact, a guy named Jeff Berlin, who's a great bass player, put out an album called Pump It. It's his second album, and Buddy Miles sings this song.
Oh,
and when the solo comes along, Jeff Berlin plays the Eric Clapton solo on the bass, note for note. The guy's amazing. It's a 4-string bass. Spoonful at 16:44. This might be Eric Clapton's greatest ever long form song, except for maybe Live Cream, but I don't remember. But this one is unbelievable. Train Time is a lot of harmonica. I don't think Clapton does much on that song. And Toad is Ginger Baker's, tour de force. He has a drum solo, just seems to go forever on this. But I think Eric Clapton on Crossroads and Spoonful is his greatest work. I love it.
Cool.
But I highly recommend.
Warthog.
What's that?
Crust Rat and Warthog. I love that song for some reason. I always have.
Oh, I missed that part. It's way down.
Right? Yeah.
It's way down on the bottom here in pink, and I didn't see it. You're right. That was
Politician too, Randy. Did you say Politician? Man, I love that song.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
I ain't got that far yet. Pressed Rat and Warthog. That's Ginger Baker. Politician. Yeah, great song. Politician.
That one's awesome, man.
Those Were the Days. Great song. These are Cream all originals. And then Born Under Bad Sign was by Booker T. Jones and William Bell. I didn't know. And Deserted Cities of the Heart. I forgot about those, but I couldn't see them because they blended in. Look at this. They blended into the artwork, and I didn't even see it.
Nice.
Deserted Cities of the Heart's a real unsung classic. I mean, I think that's as good as White Room easily.
Well, I love, it's on the other album, Disraeli Gears, but I love We're Going Wrong. And Manfred Mann covered that on the Mask album that Sidney and I know so well.
That's a very dark song.
I love that tune.
Yep.
I love that tune. There's timpani. I think there's timpani on that with Baker. This great stuff. That's actually my favorite Cream album is Disraeli Gears.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Blue Cheer, Vince Abyss Eruptum. I heard Parchment Farm today on the radio. It was great.
Really? Radio plays Blue Cheer. Oh. Okay.
Well,
not here, right? Not here.
But it was on Sirius.
Okay. You'd think they would play Summertime
XM.
Blues, but not,
That's another thing too. They're the only band that added that dun 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 dun. That was their thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else tried that. No, I saw it in Woodstock.
The Who
When I
covered it.
the Who do it in Woodstock in the movie.
Yeah.
God, phenomenal sound.
Cool. So, Christina, talk about Deep Purple because he showed it already.
Sorry.
Logan's favorite Deep Purple album.
Shades
I'm
of
just
Deep
kidding.
Purple.
Yep, favorite one.
We have both covers. Can you see them?
Help is his favorite cover of all time. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's a couple good tunes on it. All right, I'm not gonna dog it
There
completely.
is. I'm sorry, Logan. I heard about Hush.
Don't apologize. You like what you like.
Yeah, I didn't basically go by every song on this one because there's a lot of covers. But I really do like the cover they have of Hey Joe because I
Hey
like.
Joe's a great yes.
I like the they have all these little noises at the beginning of every song. You know, I like that a lot. And this is the beginning of Lord Blackmore and do I say his name right when I say Pace?
Yeah.
Ian Pace,
If you look at the album cover, you can really tell who the other two guys are and their influence in this first album, I think. You know, because they're more short-haired, cut, laid back, look like they, you know, have more influence of the 60s with the Beatles, you know, early stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And Thunder in My Brain, Mandrake Root starts out with. I really love that song. I really do.
Yeah,
the bass is
that was like a live staple for him too. Mandrake Root, they played that a bunch.
Yeah, and vocals are Rod Evans and
Captain Beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Nick Simper on bass, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Great debut that showed those three guys potential, you know, and that's about it on those.
Cool.
They had influence. They said their influence was Vanilla Fudge.
Vanilla Fudge, yeah.
I can hear that. Yeah, I can see that.
Especially with the covers too, and changing it, morphing it, making them slower, and they did a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think they did Ticket to Ride on the second album.
This one has pictures. This one doesn't.
Yeah. Cool. Jeff Beck Truth. Al's coming in with some great picks here.
Al should be on this panel, not
Al's
me.
got like 10 picks here.
I thought Jeff Beck Truth was 67.
It's 68, yes. I
think
I didn't know
maybe
that.
recorded. A lot of these were probably recorded in 67, actually. But yeah, we're not going recording year. That just makes it more difficult. That's just
no, yeah, it's when they released.
Yeah. So Logan, what are you going with?
All right. Well, I don't have a prop for my third one, guys, so I feel like a poser here.
Sorry,
everybody else got all this stuff.
I don't have props for two of them, so you're good.
Yeah, I looked this week at my local place trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. So you know, maybe we'll find it one day. But this is the band we talked about on the channel. I don't know, last year, I think in the summertime. And Alex actually mentioned a song on that Arthur Brown that is on this album as well. Yep. The first CCR album, man. Love that, you know, everything about it. You know, I think it's them kind of morphing a sound and kind of going away from the certain like psychedelic edge. I know there's some psych on this record a little bit, like with the Susie Q, like the middle and all that stuff. But they're really like more of a rock band, like a blues rock band, and, you know, trying to get away from like the psych part of the 60s. Which, you know, I know you guys probably love a lot of that stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of it. So, you know, this album really kind of pushes that, you know, edge towards the 70s rock, I feel like. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, all the covers are good on this record. I mean, I Put a Spell on You. Everybody knows that. Great version. Love John's vocals on that. And, you know, Fogerty, we talked about this when we did the show. He's one of my favorite guitar players just because of how he could keep it simple, and, you know, all the lines he plays in the songs just match perfectly with everything going on, you know, all the dynamics, and he's just awesome to me. He's one of the reasons I started playing, actually. So
there you go.
Yeah, that song's awesome. All of them are great. I mean, The Working Man is like more of a blues song. A lot of like stop start tempos and stuff on that one. And yeah, Susie Q is the end of side one, which that's like a big, almost 9-minute long track. Gets cut in two when, you know, they put the single out, which, you know, that's a no-no. We don't like that here. Got to play the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just that's probably the most song that's like the psychedelic edge, I would say, on this record because of the middle. They're like got like all these cymbals crashing and the backing vocals coming in and out and stuff. But yeah, and then the second side, pretty much 4 tracks that are pretty straightforward rock and roll songs. The first song's a cover, 99 and a Half Won't Do. I didn't see Wilson Pickett, I guess, had that song. He originally did it, which that's a great song too. That shows more great guitar playing from Fogerty. And Get Down Woman's like the side 2 equivalent of The Working Man. It's kind of the similar thing going on. And the last, track 3 and 4 on side 2, I feel like are kind of their poppier songs on the record. I know Porterville, when CCR first started, they were called the Gollywogs, which, gee, I wonder why they changed that name, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, that comes from like that period. They were kind of more of a straight ahead pop band. And I think that's a cool tune, though. It's got a great catchy chorus. That could be one of their hits, on the radio to me. I always love that song.
Logan, did you ever wonder how they got that name, Gollywogs?
Yeah, I don't know, Rand. Do you know?
There was a French composer that made this beautiful music, like Claire de Lune and stuff like that. Everybody knows, everybody's heard. And so there's a song that he did called Gollywog's Cakewalk, and it's from the Children's Concerto.
Oh, okay.
Wow. See, so there you go. See, I always just thought it was like a goofy thing. They were just sitting around.
I don't, that's too weird for them to just make up.
Yeah.
I know my stuff.
Yeah, Rand knows, man. That's why we have them here, But yeah, I'll finish the last 2 songs. Gloomy is kind of fits the title. It's kind of darker edged. But yeah, the last song is my favorite song on the record. And when we did our best song show, that was my pick for the whole best songs for the album. Yeah. But I mean, there's so many good songs on this record. But yeah, Walk on the Water, it's just really dark, and I just love the solo on it, And I feel like the band really gels on a song like that at the end of it. And it's got a lot of spiritual and religious kind of lyrics, which isn't something John Fogerty really wrote about too much. So it's kind of interesting to hear that. Well, that one's credited to John and Tom, so I don't know if that was more Tom.
Is that the same Walk on the Water that they played when I was growing up? It was like in the easy listening kind of thing. You went walk on the water. Does it sound like that?
That was different, man. That was different.
This was probably the heavier song on the album. It's probably one of the
Yeah. But yeah, I love it, man. So that's my pick.
I just wanted to say real quick that that's one of those albums that looks more psychedelic than it actually is. The cover is really hard to read.
It's very
it looks very like
I guess I'm not gonna say it.
Fogerty as a singer, a songwriter, and a guitarist. Criminally underrated to this day.
Yeah, I was going to say I love Fogerty's vocals. He's got a great voice. It's so singular and it's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Fogerty. He's good.
Yeah, he cuts through real nice.
Last year, he was awesome.
He can still pull it off, huh? Because I saw him a long time ago.
During lockdown, he put out all these concerts on YouTube with his family. They were sitting outside the Volkswagen bus.
Yeah, Rand, when we seen him last year, he had his boys with him. He has 2 boys. I know he has a daughter too, but she wasn't.
Yeah, they're all good. Cool. She's good. Yeah, they're all good. They can all sing. They sung a
Gollywog song. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Fight Fire. Wow. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of a heavier tune. So
I have a Hallmark ornament. It's a little guitar. It plays Creedence song.
He was also in a short-lived band after Creedence called Blue Ridge Rangers or something like that.
I have that CD. It's very country.
The story. Yeah,
it's very, very country.
That's
country
just
rock,
John. That's John doing everything, Rand.
Yeah.
By himself.
Oh, that's him all by himself.
He just called it something. He just called it.
Yeah, he didn't put his name on it originally, like when it first came out. So nobody really. But I mean, if you listen to CCR and you found that record, because it's like I know who that voice is. But I like that album though.
Well, I don't have much to add because that was actually my number 3.
It's awesome, man. Great record.
Different stuff. So there we go. Yeah, it's very psychedelic. It has psychedelic moments. This was actually the 40th anniversary CDs. Walmart had all of them, and I bought everything. They had everything, but Mardi Gras is the last one. That's the one that's just like,
Oh, I heard that's awful.
There's like there's like 2 good songs because they were bitching about not getting to write anything. And John's like, fine, you guys write some songs, and no one liked those songs.
That's what you get, yeah.
Just like, well, Yeah.
He finally got his catalog back just a month ago or something.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's good for him. Yeah.
Fantasy Records.
Guys on the back there. Yeah. Like these guys were probably like what in their 20s, but they looked like a little bit older. They always kind of had that older look to them. I don't know.
No, John was the youngest, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Everyone looked older back then. You see all these things on Facebook of like what 50 looks like now and what 50 looked like back then. It's just kind of funny, but yeah.
Hey Dave, you don't have Cosmos Factory? Gotta have that, man.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
No, I have that one.
That's 5. I think that's 5.
That's the
okay. Maybe I have the first 5 then.
Cool.
That's probably really all you need.
I do have Cosmos Factory for sure.
Pendulum's pretty good though, man. It's got its moments. Got some good.
You know what I thought the other day, because I heard Holly's doing the Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress, and I thought this is how popular Creedence was, a British band who was known for their harmonies and semi-psychedelic pop. One of their biggest songs is trying to sound exactly like Creedence Clearwater Revival.
It does sound like CCR.
That's the swampiest rock song I've ever heard that band do.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
and the reverb on not Alex. What's his name? It starts with an A. Alan Clark. The reverb on Alan Clark's vocal is unbelievable in that song. So much reverb.
Yeah, it's like everything Logan said. Like he went through all this. Oh yeah, they do a wicked version of "I Put a Spell on You." That's a really good. Even though there's all these covers, they do them so well. They're great versions. "I Put a Spell on You," 99 and a half will do. Susie Q. They're all great covers. And as Logan said, like the stuff that they did, "Working Man" is great. "Porterville's" a good song. "Get Down Woman's" great. "Gloomy's" really cool. "Walk on the Water," I think I picked that as well when we did our best songs.
I think Webb might have too. I can't remember.
I think that was the one where 3 of us were all just like picked that as
great
a favorite
song. Man.
Yeah,
I don't own any of the studio albums at all,
really?
but I bought Chronicles, which is all live, and it's amazing.
Yeah, they were great live.
Every song that I remember growing up, every song they released was just super hit, big hit.
And then you get the bonus tracks on the CD. You get I Call It Pretending, Before You Accuse Me, 99 and a half live, and Susie Q live, which is 11 minutes, so it's even longer. They just extend the solo even more. It's crazy, but yeah.
Awesome.
So CCR is.
And aren't they wearing Civil War uniforms on that cover?
I think
I don't know if they're doing it on the. I guess both on both.
It's on the front, right? Yeah.
And the back,
the Union.
both kind of wearing
cool.
Yeah.
Because they're from El Cerrito, California, which is the same place that Metallica's from.
Oh, okay.
There's no swamp there, by the way.
There's no swamp. Yeah, they just kind of like
they just found some location.
On Bayou Country. They just sort of became a Louisiana band that never went to Louisiana.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my first one. So,
but I love Born on the Bayou. I love Graveyard Train. I love a lot of that stuff.
So you're gonna get 2 songs from these albums on Sunday, maybe more if someone else picks this. But yeah, so we'll see. But
I won't be picking that.
Okay. So yeah. So on to Alex for pick number 2. What's your second favorite?
Well, it's sort of come up in the comments, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Look at that dynamic.
What is that? I can't tell. It's just white. No,
that's right. There it is. Yeah, it's white.
Is that Injustice for All? No.
Oh crap.
So, and I saw someone in the comments just mentioned about, it's a lot of filler. If you look at it from the standpoint of, I just want to hear the Beatles hits, it is. If you look at it as a piece of art, there's no filler to me. So let me get into that. So it's 90 minutes, right? This is immense diversity across 30 songs. And I'm going to talk about all 30. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to talk about 10 of them. But this is rock, this is folk, this is blues, this is country, this is avant-garde. This is magic to me. And so we're talking about a band that was prolific, right? We're coming off of Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's, and then bam, now we have a double album of this. I mean, to me, and they're not my favorite band, but they're the most important band, I think, in the history of music as far as what they did. And so again, back on the length and the diversity, it's seamless to me. It's not disjointed. If you go at it from the standpoint of they were creating this beginning, middle, and end, it works. And again, there you go. Keep in mind the albums I'm name checking. Like the White Album would be anyone else's total body of work over 60 years it would take them to create something this amazing. They wrote 19 of these songs between February and April. 19 of these songs, right?
Wow.
And then it was recorded between May and October and released in November. So we're talking about just geniuses at work is all I can say. And this is also while fighting's going on within the band. John and Paul are having spats. Yoko comes in, and that was forbidden before that. No girlfriends, no wives in the studio. George Martin makes an unannounced holiday vacation. The engineer Jeff quits while this is going on. Ringo Starr quits for 2 weeks while this is going on. So all of this turmoil, yet they come together and put this out. So this is the first album on their Apple label, and it is definitely more stripped down than the last couple. There was a lot of studio innovation. This relies really on the songwriting of these guys, and particularly Lennon and McCartney. So I'm going to go with 10 songs, and I'm going to name the songwriter, even though many were written by either Paul or John, and then Lennon and McCartney co-write. But that's sort of a deal, not a reality. So first song, I'm going to start with Dear Prudence, and that is a Lennon song inspired by Mia Farrow's sister. Just a beautiful composition. Glass Onion, another Lennon song. The lyrics refer to other songs that he wrote. John Lennon said he wanted to confuse his fans, so throws them the walrus was Paul. And so, again, I think that the lyrics of this album are just fantastic and very much across the board like the songs are. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I mean, what do I need to say about that? An amazing song. This is George Harrison now, wrote it, vocals. Clapton, as we mentioned earlier, on guitar. This speaks to the sort of unrealized potential for universal love and also the band turmoil. So again, a poignant song. This comes then right after this. We have Happiness is a Warm Gun. I mean, what a 1-2 punch, right? An amazing song. This is Lennon again. Lennon wrote it on vocals. Lots of double entendres involving guns, his sexual desire for Yoko. And there's also several song fragments that he kind of compiled into one piece, because this, in that short little time period of 2 minutes and 27 seconds, what a journey it takes you on. Blackbird, this is a McCartney song. And again, just one of these simple, lovely acoustic pieces. Why Don't We Do It in the Road? McCartney song, blues rock, aggressive vocals. Love that track. Helter Skelter. We talked about proto metal, proto hard rock. It's all over this song. They wanted to create something that was loud and dirty as possible. This is it. Revolution 1, a Lennon song, Lennon vocals, kind of done in a blues style, but performed in a relaxed tempo. Great lyrics. We all want to change the world. This was a band that everyone says changed the world. In many ways, it did change the world. Wish it would have continued longer. We got a little bit more out of them before they splintered. And then the last one I'm going to mention is Cry Baby Cry, another Lennon composition, Lennon vocals, simple, laid back, but wonderful harmonies. And I know Revolution 9 gets some shit. Again, take it as the context of art. Oh, he didn't like Revolution 9, I don't think.
Dog, maybe he liked it. He didn't like you.
So, but again, take it in the context of what it is. That this is high art from front to back. And let's also remember, Hey Jude, one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs, written at the same time as all of this, did not even make the album. This is how amazing this band was. To not put that, they put out as a single with a different version of Revolution on it, but not on the album. So 24 million copies sold in the States. I don't know how many worldwide. This album is a masterpiece. That's me.
Alex, what song were you saying they didn't put on the album? I missed that.
Hey Jude.
Oh, yeah.
That was released as a single before the album, but it didn't make the album itself.
That's crazy to me. Like that's
Yeah, they did that quite often, though. You know what I mean?
They did. Correct. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you had to buy the 45.
Yep. And it wasn't how Lennon wanted it on the album, and so there was some
fighting, probably
fighting, and yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. White Album to me is just it's not my number one, but it could easily be depending on what day it is. But today it's not.
Okay,
that was great, Alex. Great overview.
That's awesome. Rand.
Well, I was going to choose that. Now I'm not.
Hey, if you want to choose it, you can. It's fine.
No, I went and got something else that means almost as much.
Okay.
But anyways, that dog is probably the spirit of George Martin.
Yeah, the second he brought up Revolution 9, he was like, "Nope."
Yeah. I would. Let me tell you a quick story. My grandparents bought me this album for Christmas. I asked my mother if I could put it on while we were all opening presents. She said, "Sure." When it got to side 4 and Revolution number 9 started, my parents were looking at me like, "What the hell are we listening to?
Where'd the music go?"
They were like, "What is this?" And I go, "I don't know. I just got it."
You're the one that bought it for me.
Grandma and Grandpa bought it for me, but they were already gone. And so, just about the time that my mom wanted to remove the needle from the record, Good Night came on with Ringo, and she goes, "Well, that's nice. I like that."
Well, look,
I would have, if I was George Martin back then and the Beatles, I would have put Hey Jude on that album and left Revolution 9 off. I would have done that. I think in the long run, it would have been better.
And Revolution 9 is not a track I'm going to play on its own, but when I listen to this in its whole form,
context of the album,
because, right? Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take it to American Bandstand and play it and say, "What do you think of this?"
Just all go up there and start talking.
Well, it's got a good beat. You can't dance to it.
You could. You'd look foolish, but yeah.
Yoko reading quotes from Genesis. It's
it's really weird. Yeah.
The sequencing on that album is very important.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. I honestly believe Helter Skelter is the best song on the record. I love John's bass playing on that. He has a Fender 6 bass. I've got a Squire 6 bass over here in the tree, and I can get that same tone, and it's killer. It's fun to play. I love them. Anyways, with all that out of the way, my second pick is going to be Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. And I have this special kind of flippy floppy kind of, I don't know if it's working.
I thought about that one.
Hang on, this is a real hard thing to get. It comes with a booklet too. But the thing is, it got wet and got water damage, so that's not good. But anyways, do you see this moving around, or is it just me? Maybe there's too much glare.
Hard to tell on the
glare, yeah.
Yeah, I can see it like just looking at it, but right about there.
I have the LP.
See it move?
You can see it flickering. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can sort it. Yeah.
Okay, you can. Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you can see it moving.
Anyways, this is a great album, and everybody knows from In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Yeah, it's the long 18-minute just tour de force. Found out about how to make psychedelic sounds scraping a pick on a string with a lot of reverb. This album doesn't have a lot of effects, but yet it sounds like it does. They did so much with so little. It was amazing. And they had an incredible PA system. So good, Yes ended up buying it.
Wow.
Because they were touring together. But also, there's other songs on here that are really good. It opens up with Most Anything You Want. And Doug Ingles' voice is just great. I love the way he sings, and I love the way he plays organ. Flowers and Beads, My Mirage, excuse me. That's just kind of like spacey. Termination's really good. I think that's an Eric Braun song. He's 17 years old.
Wow.
Here. Are You Happy is really great. And that's side 1. And then there's the big In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida thing with the drum solo of Ron Bushy, which is considered one of the most amazing drum solos ever. And it has really subtle church organ type stuff played on the Vox Continental by Doug Ingle. I love this album. I mean, this isn't the original cover, of course, but I got, this was a special edition box set kind of thing. I don't know where I got it from, but anyway, I just love this band. I got to see them live in 1994 when Doug Ingle was still in the band. Eric Braun had already passed away by then, but yeah, they were great. They were great. There was nothing wrong with Iron Butterfly. I love them.
Which one of those guys was in Captain Beyond? Because I know
Oh,
Captain Beyond.
the bass player. Oh, I got a
player.
little story about that. The bass player, Lee Dorman,
Yeah.
when we went and saw him at that San Ramon bar or whatever in San Ramon, you know about that, right, Dave? San Ramon?
I know where it is, kind of.
Okay, so we saw Iron Butterfly there, and they had a meet and greet right after the show. And I brought down my Japanese Captain Beyond CD booklet because I don't carry a case with me when I do that. I just bring the booklet.
Right.
And I was sitting there talking to Doug. He's really cool and everything, and Ron. And then I got to Lee Dorman. We just kind of moved down the table. And I got to Lee Dorman, and I said, "Can you sign this for me, please?" And I put it down on the table, and he goes, "I didn't even know that existed."
He didn't know a CD of it was really?
He didn't know Captain Beyond had a CD in Japan on Pony Canyon.
Oh.
He was like,
Rand, I remember you telling that story on something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was this.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he said, "Well, where you want me to sign it?" And I turned it over on the back, and there's a long shot of them kind of hanging out next to an ocean with a bunch of rocks, lots of fog and everything. And I said, "Well, why don't you just sign up above yourself standing there?" And he put a little arrow going to his head. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Iron Butterfly, seeing them live, that was just fantastic. And then after that, they just kind of whittled away. They were gone.
So, Rand, what do you think of that compared to their debut, which also came out in '68, which is the album that I actually prefer over that?
Oh, well,
Heavy?
it's all different musicians for one thing.
Mm.
Daryl LaLoach and somebody else, I can't think of Penrod. Somebody Penrod. Those are two guitar players. Lee Dorman and Ron Bushy and Doug Ingle are the only people in that band that made it to the next album. Those other guys left. So I'm an Eric Braun fan
Okay.
more so than Heavies. I think Iron Butterfly Theme is my favorite tune of all, just because of how creepy it sounds.
Okay.
It's got that that sound, and that's pretty cool stuff on a guitar. And there's also a vocal on that. I think some lady is doing the backup vocal on that.
That's
But
cool.
other than that, that album doesn't do much for me.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Grant and I did an Iron Butterfly history, and we talked about all these albums.
Cool. Dave, what's your second pick?
Right. My second pick is going to be Jeff Beck, Truth. It's the nice price, guys.
Nice.
So the guitar playing on this is tasteful. It's highly proficient. Jeff Beck's one of the greatest guitar players ever to walk the face of the earth.
Yeah.
It starts out with Shapes of Things, great pounding intro. And I wrote down blooming guitar sounds, like flowers blooming. That's what it sounds like to me on the guitar tone there. Rod Stewart sounds like the consummate rock singer on this album. It's raw, it's beautiful. Beck just has the best tone, and it gives it away to a full-on jam in about 2 minutes that just brings it home, and it ends in a noisy breakdown. And it's so the first song is only 3:18, but boy, is it good. Of course, it's a Yardbirds cover. Then they go into Let Me Love You, sort of a typical mid-tempo blues cream sounding number with cool bass riffs around the solo. Very enjoyable song. Got Ron Wood on bass on this album too. Then they do Morning Dew, which is an old song about like a nuclear winter. The crying wah-wah, the young men are crying in the lyrics, and the guitar is crying also. It kicks into a higher gear. It's got cool drum fills. Great dynamics, a really good version of the song. It's been done many times. This is a great, really good version of it. Then we got You Shook Me, which is an alternative to Zepp's version. I would say it's arguably better. They add piano to it, and there's some other keyboards going on. Then we have Old Man River. Starts out with timpani drums, I believe, and it's a ballad. It's mostly vocals, just drums, keyboards, and bass. Rod Stewart kind of sounds like Jim Morrison on that song, and there's some good slide guitar. Then we have Green Sleeves, which is a traditional acoustic number, very lovely touch there. Fun song to play on guitar. Rock My Plimsoll sounds exactly like Rock Me Baby. I don't know exactly what the history of that is there, or who actually wrote it. It's still cool if you're into old school British blues guitar, good stuff. Then Beck's Bolero, that's a 10 out of 10. That's a classic. You got a little help from Jimmy Page on that. It really rocks. And it's got that classic dun 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 kind of I'm not sure what you call that right now.
It's a bolero.
Yeah, it's a bolero, right? That's what you call it.
Hey, can I interject real quick and add a couple of guys on that?
Absolutely.
Drummers Keith Moon, bass players John Paul Jones. They were going to call that band the New Yardbirds. Keith Moon said, "Oh, that'll go over like a lead balloon," and that's where Led Zeppelin came from.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So 2 more songs. One's really long, Blues Deluxe. It's sort of a bar stool with a piano vibe. Nicky Hopkins is on piano on that, and there's a very famous piano solo that it's famous. People love that piano solo. And then the last song is I Ain't Superstitious. I saw Beck said that was an excuse for being flash on guitar, and it's time to bust out the wah pedal. And there's great drums from Mick Waller at the end of that song too. So
yeah, his wah wah on that song is incredible.
Yeah, it's just the guitar trickery on this. There's tricks, like Eddie Van Halen. Randy Rhoads once said he's all smoke and mirrors. This, I would say, this is like a combination of smoke and mirrors and tasteful guitar playing at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey, great stuff.
Dave, can I ask you quick? When you first heard that version of Shapes of Things, did you go, "That's not how that song goes"?
You know what? I hadn't listened to the I probably thought this is better than the Yardbirds version. It's
different, but see, the Yardbirds have what they call a marching beat, right? Dun 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 da 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 shapes of things before my eyes. It's really marching down the street kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can see why.
And then he comes out with Rod Stewart, and it's like dum dum jump bum 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 like that. And it's like, what the hell? I love it, but it's so different.
Yeah,
who has the balls to do that? But he was in the band; he has the right to do it. But Joe Cocker did the same thing with the Beatles with "A Little Help, My Friends." Can you imagine Joe Cocker trying to sing it like Ringo?
No, that would be really weird.
When I saw that at Woodstock, I was shocked.
Or the other way around, really.
I saw the movie Woodstock, when I was a kid, just getting ready to go in the Air Force. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing when I saw that song. I go, that doesn't sound anything like Sgt. Pepper's version. But it was great. I loved it. But it's totally different.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've karaoke'd it myself.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh man, I would want to see that for sure.
No. But hear Ringo sing Slayer? No.
No, you wouldn't.
Imagine. So Christina, go with pick number 2.
All right, I picked the Steppenwolf debut, which I do not have, but this covers it.
Yep.
Oh, I love that record. Yeah. I had that in the Air Force.
I love that thing.
I need to rebuy that. I never repurchased that. I should get that. Thank you, Christina.
Oh, you're quite welcome, Rand. You're quite welcome.
There you go.
Yeah, I had that when I was a kid. My cousin loaned that to me.
Got it.
Oh, I loved it. It's one of the first albums I was introduced to by my friends. My neighbor used to go out with my friend's sister, and they were already out of school. And we were 13, 14 years old, so they had all these albums, and we used to play them all the time, and that was one of them. All right, we got blues, psychedelic, and garage rock all blended together. I forgot to say that the Deep Purple took 3 days to record. This one took 4 days to record. You got John Kay on vocals. You got Michael Monarch on guitar. Goldie McJohn on the keys. The bass was Rushton Morev, if I'm saying that right. And the drums was Jerry Edmonton, which I knew his name.
But Michael's stage name back then was Mars Bonfire.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wait a second. Mars Bonfire. I have that written down somewhere. Let me get to that. Hoochie Coochie Man is a cover from Willie Dixon. It's really good cover. They do that good. Sookie Sookie and Born to Be Wild. That's they say that's like the first heavy metal song, and they're always constantly saying heavy metal thunder.
Yeah, but that's about a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You ever see Easy Rider?
Yes, I know. That's written down here too, Rand.
That's the opening cut.
It seems like people took that term though from that song and started applying it to the genre because they heard it in the song though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Especially when Black Sabbath came around.
Pusher was on that movie too, Rand. Right?
Yeah.
Pusher.
Yeah.
They played that too. They didn't. Sookie Sookie was on there, but it wasn't on the movie. It hit number 6 in the U.S. and it hit number 1 in Canada.
Yeah.
It was for the counterculture and the bike culture. That's who followed them.
Yeah, exactly.
Born to Be Wild was written by Mars Bonfire.
Yeah.
So what was his name before? Which one was it?
I don't know. You said Michael somebody. I think that's who you're talking about.
Oh, the guitar player, Michael Monarch. He changed his name.
It was actually Dennis Edmonton, Jerry Edmonton's brother.
Who's that?
That's Mars Bonfire.
Who's Jerry Edmonton?
Jerry Edmonton's the drummer of Steppenwolf. His brother is Mars Bonfire, who wrote it.
Oh.
They're actually both Canadian. So this band's kind of like American Canadian.
Yeah, that's what I thought. John Kay was Canadian.
He's kind of born in Germany, moved to the U.S., then Canada.
Right, he was German. That's right.
But yeah, so they got like a mixed bag of like Canadians and Americans in the band. But yeah, but Mars Bonfire was Canadian, and he wrote "Born to Be Wild" for them. But he's actually Jerry Edmonton's brother.
"Born to Be Wild" is such an excellent song.
It's perfect.
Radio plays it all the time, but I don't. Again, I haven't listened to the radio in ages, but I never changed it when that would come on. I don't know. It's still such a good song.
Classic radio here in Reading. I can hear Magic Carpet Ride every time I turn the radio on.
That's a
you
fun
can't
song.
miss that song. It goes.
Great. And The Pusher is a good song because it says, I smoked a lot of grass. I took a lot of pills, but I never took nothing that'll kill my soul.
Hey, I want to tell you something about that song.
The Pusher Man.
Christina, there's a live album called Early Steppenwolf, right?
Really?
And there's a 21-minute version of The Pusher on side 2. And they create the song as they play it.
Oh, I'm going to have to look for that.
It's all spacey jams and stuff for like forever. And then at the very end, they have like 2 minutes of the actual song that you know. It's amazing.
Wow, that's crazy.
Cool.
Worth checking out.
Yeah, we'll have to listen to that for sure.
Cool. So, Logan, let's talk about the White Album. I know it's on your list. I know it's coming at some point.
Well, before we get to that, I just want to say West Coast Dave was telling the truth.
We're gonna have like 2 songs from like. We're gonna have like 4 albums represented.
I love that. I didn't pick that. I didn't even think of that because I thought it was 67.
Yeah, I'm surprised Rand didn't pick it because I know he's a big Jeff Beck guy. But I'm not gonna get into it as much as Dave did. It's an awesome record. Me and Sidney and Danny and Brian talked about entire Jeff Beck group Cadillac, like the first 4 albums or whatever that they did. But I seen Al in the comments said that this album was like the prototype for what became Led Zeppelin, and I've always, ever since I found this record, I always thought that, you got the Rod Stewart's charismatic vocal and, just the band. I mean, Jeff Beck's awesome as a guitar player. And I said when Dave was talking about this album, it's just so innovative for the time. The things he was doing, there was no other guitar player doing stuff like that. It's just, I'm sure guys listen to, I know we've heard Danny talk about this. He listened to this album and he's like, how is he doing all this stuff? It's just awesome. The song
that's for his whole career too. For his whole career, stuff that was ahead of the time, and just made you wonder how the hell is he accomplishing all this?
Well, and something that's great about Beck's career too. I mean, he just went down so many different avenues as a guitar player. Just did so many different things. But I think me and Sidney both had the same pick on this album too when we did it. I think we both picked "Let Me Love You." I'm pretty sure.
Danny picked that too. I think everyone picked that.
Okay, yeah, because that's awesome. I just always loved that song. The trade off between Rod and Jeff and all the guitar stuff. It's heavy too with the drums and the bass. I did say when Dave was talking, I think Ron Wood is a great, like, he's an underlooked bass player, really. You know, if he wouldn't have switched to, and he's a great guitarist too. But it's just interesting to hear him play bass on these early albums.
Yeah.
But yeah, I won't get into all of the songs or anything. But yeah, just a great record, great blues rock. One of the best guitarists ever, right?
Yeah.
So
he always pushed himself to do something different. He never rested on his laurels. Everything was always an improvement. I saw him like 7 times in a row, not in a row, but in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And he was, every time it was just better. He's just better.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%, Renee.
I even did a tribute to him on YouTube. It's called Thank You, Jeff. I played my Wolf Les Paul and I just jam.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he only left us a few years ago. R.I.P.
Yeah, I saw him with Johnny Depp, and then he was gone.
Me too. Johnny Depp ruined that.
And the drummer is the gal that's in Rush.
Johnny Depp's an average like rhythm guy. He's not the greatest guitar player in the world. He's can play better than me, but like he's playing.
Dave's like, he's not gonna be in my band, man.
Would you rather hear Jeff Beck play Scatterbrain or Johnny Depp play some lame song? You know,
I'd rather hear Jeff.
He got that gig with Alice Cooper and Hollywood Vampires, and I thought he was decent there. But like
he did, he did that Isolation by John Lennon. I thought he did okay on that. But yeah, I'd rather hear Scatterbrain.
Johnny Depp, no bueno, total wannabe.
He was a musician before an actor, but yeah.
A lame one.
Oh,
he was a lame actor too.
You know when Dave watches the first Nightmare on Elm Street, he loves that part when you get sucked into the bed. You know, that's his favorite part.
That's probably the only good movie he's ever been in.
What? Oh my god.
21 Jump the Shark Street.
Oh damn, he's one of my favorite actors. So we're not gonna. All right. Let's change the topic now. All right.
Logan got it.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
That's funny, Ren.
He's a cardboard actor.
I thank you.
Oh my god, that's funny.
We'll rank the actors another day. All right.
That'd be great, man. We could really get into that.
So, oh my god. So yeah, Truth is like super heavy too, right? Like as Logan was saying for the time. Yeah. Even Wikipedia descriptions of music are sometimes weird. Sometimes they'll just say rock, and it's like, well, that's very broad. So, but for this album, it actually says heavy metal as one of the descriptions. So. You could argue.
Well, you know what?
You could say it's not really technically heavy metal, but I consider it back then. Like there's some distortion on there. To me, it's a heavy metal album.
Explorer is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Gary Moore put out an album called "We Want More," and the opening track on that is "Shapes of Things," and it's the Jeff Beck version.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary does a good version of that.
It's killer.
Yeah. But so speaking of albums that were really heavy at the time, I think. It's probably the sole reason that I had this on the list, just based off of the heaviness alone. And this came before Black Sabbath, his first album. Is again, I don't own a copy of this. This is all just off listening it off the YouTube millions of times. It's this one. Why is it not? What the hell is that? Why is? Oh, hold on. Remove
the Black Album.
No,
I know Alex has
no,
it, man.
There we go. There we go. Blue Cheer. Someone mentioned it in the chat earlier.
Vincibus Eruptum. Yeah.
Vincibus Eruptum. Yeah. So
all I got's a black on him.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Alex has props.
There you go. Alex has it.
That was another one that my cousin loaned me to listen to.
Yeah.
Or not my cousin, my friend Andy actually loaned me that.
Yeah, all my albums I picked are fairly short. Like this one's short too. This one's only 31 minutes. Everyone probably is familiar with their cover of Summertime Blues.
Right.
But that's a phenomenal version. It's super heavy, just that thunderous heavy drums, and they're a power trio. They kind of went in a different direction after this, and they added more band members. But this first album to me is probably my favorite by them. Yeah, Summertime Blues is a great cover for me. To me, that's a Blue Cheer song now. I did go and listen to the Eddie Cochran version. It's actually faster, but this one's got it's got that distortion on it. It's just a super heavy, crushing riff for 1968. And pretty much every song on here is like that. Yeah, there's covers. Rock Me Baby's like been kind of done to death, but they do a great version of that with adding the distortion there as well. Doctor Please is just, and his vocals on there. Holy crap, he's just got a really raunchy voice too on this. Like I think this album influenced heavy metal almost as more so than Black Sabbath maybe. I mean, Black Sabbath did take it to another level, but these guys kind of really helped make music heavier, along with Helter Skelter on the White Album, right? These are probably, I think, I would argue that Helter Skelter and this whole album are like the heaviest songs of 1968.
I'd agree.
Some of the
As a matter of fact, those guys are out of Sacramento, California.
Yeah, and two of them are sadly no longer around. They passed away late 2000s, I believe. And then out of Focus, just another good, crushingly. All these songs are basically just crushingly heavy, like blues rock, early examples of heavy metal.
Yeah.
Parchment Farm's a cover, but like whatever, it's their own unique version of it. It's just
who originally did Parchment Farm?
Mose Allison.
Who's Allison?
Oh, originally. Oh, yeah.
That's
the guy who did Young Man Blues too. That the Who
really
covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an old like classical piece, I think. Old blues song from the okay. It was written by Mose Allison, adapted for his own Parchment Farm, but then it was first recorded in 1940 by Buka White, a Delta blues musician, which makes sense. So, and then second time around finishes it off, but like I don't know, it's just crushingly heavy for 1968. But yeah, these guys, and the vocals are phenomenal on there. Like he's just got such a strong voice. So Blue Cheer. I think they're sort of not. I wouldn't call them famous. I think people know the name, but they're not one of those bands that everyone like really talks about too much. But
what we call Blue Cheer and bands like that, like Frigid Pink and
Frigid Pink. His band named Frigid Pink, Blue Cheer.
Amazing.
Yeah, I have that.
And Blue Cheer was named after a laundry product.
Really?
Yeah, there used to be laundry soap. Maybe it still exists from I think Procter and Gamble called Blue Cheer. Wow. And it's actually blue, so
Dickie Peterson was probably doing his laundry one day, and he was like, "Wait a second."
But what I was going to say is,
the machine was making noise, and he's just like, "That would sound good for music. Let's make noise with our instruments."
Oh God, I gotta mute myself real quick. Can you help me?
Yeah, here you want me to?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So Blue Cheer is my second pick. I almost went with it first. My first one, you're gonna be like, who the hell is this band? But I want to go. It was just really obscure. I went like kind of well known, somewhat well known, and then just completely off the rails for my number one. But we'll get to that. That one I did like a really long breakdown for. So Alex, what's your number one?
All right. So hopefully it's time for honorable mention.
Get back on the show.
If you want to talk about obscure, I have those props ready. But for my number one, it's can we all guess?
Yeah.
And I know we talked about Eric Clapton. I know we talked about Jeff Beck. Who cares? This is what matters. Jimi Hendrix. So Electric Ladyland, right?
Oh, crap.
That's the U.S. pressing. Are we getting in trouble with nudity here? Can I show nudity or back up and show nudity? There's the.
That's fine.
That's the UK.
Oh, I had that album. It goes for $100 now.
Logan's old enough. It's fine.
Goes for a lot.
You have the 19 girls?
But then in the UK they did this, right? So they put the back on the front and the front on the back, also Polydor.
No, don't climb. No, don't climb on. What are you doing? Sorry, my dog is crawling all over my records.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
And then that's the French pressing, which is a really cool.
That's crazy.
Never seen that.
Whoa, can you make him big?
Oh, I gotta see that. Yeah, that's what the hell? What?
Whoa,
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, boy, that's about as bizarre as you can get there.
Yeah, that's
how much do you think that record's worth, Alex?
I don't really know what that's worth. I don't think it's a fortune. I mean, it's
Gosh, never heard of it. Never seen it. That's really cool.
The new cover is the more desirable, more valuable one. And none of those are what he intended, right? There's a group shot of him in the Central Park at an Alice in Wonderland statue that Linda Eastman, who will become Paul McCartney's wife. There you go. Yeah, and they finally used that on that box set, but forever it was, which is a cool shot.
that one that Dave's holding right there. That was Jimmy's original idea. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, that's what
they wouldn't let him have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. 50 years later, he got it.
Put up subtitles so everybody understands what's going on. I already said that. So, and the cover they did use, which is a cool headshot of Jimmy. Like he had no idea. They did that. So, so what is this? This is his only number one album in the U.S. and his only top 40 hit was Along the Watchtower, which got to number 20. So we'll get to that in a minute. And now this is Jimmy coming in as producer. He has some issues with Chaz Chandler. Chaz was there at the beginning. They separate, and Jimmy takes over. Part because he's a perfectionist. I mean, they did Gypsy Eyes, which is a song in here. He did 50 plus takes. Plus, Jimmy was bringing people into the studio, so it didn't work out. So he leaves. Eddie Kramer stays as an engineer, though, which is important because he does a lot of innovative things in the studio. And when Jimmy called the songs on this album sound paintings, which I think is pretty cool and sums up what this is. And to me, this is 74 minutes of near perfection. There's one track that should not be on here, and I'll get to that. But, we open up with And the Gods Made Love, just this kind of cool little intro that goes right into Have You Ever Been, to Electric Ladyland, which is the soulful side of Jimmy. And as much as I like Jimmy's playing, I love his voice. And I know that was an issue with him, and he was never comfortable with it. But, man, did his voice fit the music that he created, and soulful and just cool, right? If you ever want to say, what is a cool voice? That's Jimi Hendrix. Yeah. So then we go into Crosstown Traffic. What an amazing song. And this is only 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I wish this was longer. I mean, they just straight up jam on this. Jimmy has a makeshift kazoo that he plays on it. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's toilet paper over a comb.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
It's wild.
And no, it's wax paper. Wax paper, Rand.
Oh, excuse me.
But so then we go into.
You don't want to put toilet paper in your mouth, partner.
It's not, if it hasn't been used, it's fine.
But then we go into track 4, right, which is Voodoo Child, which is, 15 minutes of just some of the most amazing music that's ever created. To me, it's an all-time song, not just by Jimmy, but by anybody. It's blues and it's soul and it's rock. And again, there's some metal in here, right? There's some heaviness in this. Yeah. It has Steve Winwood on Hammond organ. It has Jack Cassidy from Jefferson Airplane on bass. This is based on a Muddy Waters song, Rolling Stone, and it kind of evolved out of Jimmy's Catfish Blues. It's mesmerizing. To me, it's as fresh today as it was in 1968. It's unlike, anything that I can't imagine what it was like to be in 1968 and hear this song for the first time, or hear the White Album for the first time, and just wonder what's going on, because what came before that was nothing like these albums. So, but then we get to track 5, Little Miss Strange, and this is my big issue. I don't know if Noel forced Jimmy's hand or what, but he sings on a song. It sounds like a throwaway that could have been on any Psych album at the time. It breaks up the flow. It keeps us from me being a 10 out of 10. I don't need that track. And I'm not one that skips over songs when I listen to things, but man, that just, it just disturbs things. But then we go, Come On Let the Good Times Roll and Gypsy Eyes back to back. Again, Psych and blues, they both groove, they rock. Then we go into track 9, which is Burning of the Midnight Lamp. Now we got this mystical intro, harpsichord, which Jimmy didn't even know how to play. He just kind of picked out notes. This is the genius of Jimmy.
Yeah,
Hendrix.
I love that song.
Just creating stuff out of his brain. It's just amazing. And that was also the first use of the wah-wah effect for Jimmy, which then becomes synonymous with what he does. And then we go into track 10, Rainy Day. This is Jimmy being playful. There's some spoken word. There's sax. There's organ. It almost sounds like we just did, Dave and I and ran a jazz show for the Contrarians, and I talked about Blue Note Records. This sounds like it could have been something on a late 60s Blue Note jazz record, the way that they're playing off of one another. And then we go into 1983, Mermaid. So this is another epic. This is 13 minutes. This is spacey. This is trippy. It's psychedelic done right, as far as I'm concerned. There's seagull sounds, which was manipulation of mic feedback. So again, you're getting all these different studio, wizardry things going on that were unlike anything that out there. It has flute on it from Chris Wood, who was in Traffic. Backwards flute and guitar on this. So again, it's just the craziest stuff to me. And let's skip ahead to All Along the Watchtower. And I've talked about Johnny Cash's Hurt being the greatest cover tune of all time, or one of them. this is right there too. I mean, he just takes Dylan's song and turns it into his own world. It is just a fantastic song that I've heard a million times, and I never get tired of listening to it. Again, this is where his vocals really shine for me on that track. And then we have Voodoo Child, Slight Return, which the previous 15 minutes wasn't enough, right? So we get another 5 minutes of this. This was recorded the day after Voodoo Child. And I will quote Joe Satriani, who said, "This is the greatest piece of electronic guitar work ever recorded." Wow. So I'm going to leave it go at that. This is just a stone cold masterpiece, not just my favorite from 1968, but one of my favorite albums, probably my top 10 of, and I have, as you can see, this room 1 of 2. I have a lot of music. Yeah. I'm putting this in my top 10 all time, though. This is an amazing piece of work that today stands up.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. Oh, Voodoo Child. Oh my God. I never get sick of that, or Along the Watchtower. Like, those two songs are just phenomenal. I need to dive into Hendrix's albums more, because I just know like the hit songs, which is ridiculous. I need to actually go and like fully listen to these.
Oh, you haven't lived until you've heard the Stars That Play with Laughing Sam's Dice.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I mean, even like that crazy version that he did of oh my God, the Star Spangled Banner, right? Like, that's famous too. Like, that's
and Sgt. Pepper's too. Yeah. He took that, a couple of days after hearing it, he already turned it into his own song. I mean,
that's the opening song on Hendrix in the West is Sgt. Pepper live. Cool. And John and Paul are in the audience at the marquee when he plays it.
Nice. Cool. So, Rand, are you echoing those statements?
Oh, Jesus, God almighty.
It's fine. You can pick it again. Dude, you can repeat. It's fine. You're going White Album. Okay.
No, I'm going to have a tie because I got screwed out of my pick.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man, we can both have the same pick. There's nothing wrong with that.
It doesn't matter. We could all pick the same album. It doesn't matter.
If it's the right pick and the right answer, which it is, then go for it.
The right answer. Okay, so I think the best song on this album is like everything. but I think this is Jimmy's crown achievement. It never got better than this, and it's never going to get better than this. This is an amazing album, and everything you said, Alex, is absolutely true. My favorite cut on here, and has always been since I was a little kid, has been 1983, "A Merman I Should Turn to Be." It's the most fascinating song. I can't say enough about it. And Dave, you're not the only one that bought that. I did too.
I love the alternate takes.
Nice.
I just listened to it in 5.1 and was absolutely blown away. But I haven't heard the rest of it. I have more than I have time to listen to. I'll be dead before I get to everything that I bought in the last 5 years.
No dying, Rand.
But anyways, I think I call that album, this album, The Beatles. I don't use the term the White Album. And I'll tell you why.
It's not actually called the White Album, right?
Let me tell you why. Here's the reason why. If I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and one of the questions was, what album did the Beatles put out that had no color on it? And you said the White Album, you wouldn't get the money.
Yeah, it would actually be wrong. You're right, because it is
the Beatles. Answer is the Beatles.
It's like Metallica's, but anyways, Black Album is just called Metallica. That's not actually.
It's the most un-Beatles album ever done. I mean, I was listening to it the other day, and I listened to Back in the USSR and Dear Prudence, and those are both played by drums by Paul, which I didn't know back then. Okay. And then when I heard when I first heard While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I thought it was George Harrison because we weren't told, and it wasn't in the credits.
Yeah.
Nobody told us. And then later on, I started hearing rumors, oh, that's Clapton. And I went, it is? And then I listened to it again, and I go, oh, yeah, I can tell.
Kind of makes sense,
So he played, hey, that's a good choice. I didn't realize that about, and I have that too.
Rand's like, never mind, this is my new pick. No.
But I didn't know about that album back then. I'm choosing albums that I knew about and that I grew up with, and that meant something to me back in 68 when I was 16.
Oh, my God.
Cool.
He's a little older than me.
But it's just an amazing record. 30 songs of a band that has no direction. That's what the Beatles is to me. I was disappointed in it when I first heard it because I was so into Magical Mystery Tour and side one of Yellow Submarine. I thought, oh my God, they're really going to get really good now. They're going to get really, really out there and spacey. And it just seems like they just copied everything else that had already been done by everybody else on the planet. And that's what you call the Beatles' White Album. There's nothing original on that album except for Revolution. I'm running. Oh, and here's a fun fact. I just found out the other day, and I'm not sure if it's true, but somebody said that John Lennon is playing a fretless guitar on that solo, that fuzzy solo of Happiness is a Warm Gun. That it sounds like a fretless guitar. There's I don't hear any frets there, and they're just sliding up and down the thing, and nothing's going bing up, bing up, bing up, bing up on the fret. So it could be because there was a fretless guitar back in that time by a company called Bartell. I played one at the music store. Talk about weird. That was weird.
Cool. So Dave, what's your final and number one of 1968?
All right. Before I get there, to me, this is the greatest rock and roll album of all time. But I figured everybody, people were going to talk about it. And actually, this one's not far behind. But I figured people were going to talk about it. So I picked, wrong one.
On again.
I picked Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul. This is very solid top to bottom. It starts with Chain of Fools. It's just a legendary song, chain, chain, chain. I mean, it's emotional. There's heartfelt singing. She's got power and range. She's in total control. Maybe the greatest voice ever. I mean, there's an argument to be made there. Then she does a James Brown song. Then she does Curtis Mayfield song, People Get Ready. That has an absolutely beautiful vocal performance with a lot of acrobatic singing towards the end. She's really good at that kind of acrobatic singing without it sounding forced or like she's trying too hard, like Christina Aguilera or something like that.
Oh God!
Hey,
no, if you want to hear that done right, this is.
Was that your Yoko Ono impression?
You make me feel like a natural woman. I mean, that's all.
Do I agree? Do I agree? Wow. Okay.
That's a good song.
That one goes out to Logan. And then
Carole King wrote that.
There's some other songs on here. Good to Me As I Am to You by that is actually by Aretha, and that's very slinky, bluesy, good time. There's some more wailing at the end. She does a Ray Charles song called Come Back Baby. There's a song called Groovin' on here that's just a really, really pretty ballad. I put a little star next to that. It's just loving that song. And then the last song's called Ain't No Way. That's a sax-led ballad. It's very dynamic. It's melodic. There's just a mind-blowing vocal performance on that too. You just have to hear it to understand. She really flexes her range, and it's very, very impressive. So this is just a beautiful album from front to back. Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul.
Hey, Dave, when I was working before I retired, my job at the truck stop, they used to play these oldies songs all the time, and I heard Chain of Fools constantly. And the more I listened to it, the more I realized the guitar on that is detuned down to C.
Oh, wow.
Listen to it again and you'll hear it. They've tuned the whole guitar down and they're playing E chords, but it sounds like a C.
Oh,
really low.
Nice fact.
I don't think it's a baritone guitar either. I don't even know if they had them back then. But
West Coast Dave is the queen of soul. Yes.
That's a good LP, though. Come on now.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great.
Well, I have to go like Alex.
Yeah. We're gonna hear like 5 Jimi Hendrix songs tomorrow. Oh my God, from this album.
Oh well, he rocks. So
I request 1983.
Take up the whole show.
You have to open up
13 minutes of absolute phenomenon.
Try to pick the shorter songs when you're picking songs, but we're gonna play if you can.
We wanted all these pictures in there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy also wanted that.
Hold on. Do that. Show that again.
Linda Eastman took those photos.
Wow.
Yes. Who Eastman Kodak.
Great.
That's where Eastman comes from.
That's where she was from.
A photographer. She had a film at her hands that she wanted. So also inside there's a letter to the Mirror. and that was from him to how he wanted them to use all these pictures and everything. But they didn't like that Central Park one, so they made one with 19 nude girls.
Right.
But I don't. Did that ever?
And he hated that. He hated that cover. He did not want that cover.
That's the one I showed. That was only.
That's the one you have. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was only UK.
You wonder why he wanted to get off the treadmill. That was one of the reasons.
Yeah.
With the really cool picture inside too.
He had no control over his career. Michael Jeffries was running everything.
Yeah. Yeah. He couldn't have what he wanted on.
I think that guy was mob anyway, because everything I heard about him, he had a gun with him all the time. The guy was crazy.
We could have stayed with Jazz then, right?
He came from the Phil Spector school of paranoia.
So I did have some things that I don't think that he said. Al Cooper played the horns on, which one was it? Al Cooper is the producer of Leonard Skinner albums.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
First three.
No, the guy Al Val put up that Eric Clapton's plays on Aretha Franklin.
Find it because I'm blind.
The Lady Soul album. I never heard of that.
I think Clapton showed up more than anybody this show.
It's on everybody's album, even not even his own band, just in all these other.
Oh, he loved Jimmy. He just thought Jimmy was awesome.
Here it is. It was on Long Hot Summer Night. Al Cooper. No, he played the piano. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. The piano. It's a good thing I read that.
Al Cooper's great.
Yeah. He's
the original Blood, Sweat, and Tears guy.
Okay.
Is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sings on that first album and plays keyboards on it. And then he was gone, and then they got David Clayton Thomas.
Wow.
Okay.
But that first album is really great. I think it's their best.
I love Crosstown Traffic, and that's supposed to be a metaphor. That's supposed to be a metaphor for hard to shake romantic entanglement.
Yeah, tire tracks all across my back, or your back. I can see you had your fun.
Not about traffic. Yeah, and like he said, there's a lot of variations to the cover because of that, and I think that's about it. He mentioned most of. I have written down most of what Alex said. Except, I agree with him about that Little Miss Strange. That needs to go off there. I have that written down.
Poor Noel Redding. What did Noel do to you guys?
Why?
Oh, hey, speaking of that, it was so funny. We were driving around in my truck today listening to Sirius Deep Tracks, and they played Fat Mattress, and I never heard it.
Really?
I don't know what song it was, but I kept
Was it good?
I always like to give my girlfriend music lessons when we're driving, and she can't stand it, which is why I do it. So I go, this is Noel Redding's band after he got out of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I said, I don't know if he's singing or not, and she's just looking like, oh God, here we go again.
I'd love to hear that.
Didn't I tell you 1,000 times before? I don't give a shit.
Oh my God, that's funny.
But anyways, Fat Mattress. I don't know, but I'm not sure if that was him singing or whatever. But it didn't sound bad, but it did sound great. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So Logan, what's your final pick and number one?
My favorite color, man.
All
right.
It's a Beatles and Hendrix listening party tomorrow.
How did we get out of order? Everything's out of order.
What?
Shouldn't be out of order, right?
Oh, I know, because my I had to change over to my phone.
Yeah, I got this version. It's a 3 CD. It's got like the demos on the other disc, which is pretty cool to listen to.
I have a box set of that. It's really huge. This.
Yeah, I've seen the big one too. Yeah,
it's got 109 songs on it or something like that.
Yeah, it's got a bunch from those sessions.
But you still can't get the 27-minute version of Helter Skelter. And let me tell you something real quick about that.
27 minutes.
You know when Ringo's
right, Rams?
Well, you know when Ringo screams. No, it's not on there. You know when Ringo screams, "I got blisters on my fingers."
Yeah.
There's a part in that song that you can hear. There's an edit. They actually edit where the song was ending and then the ending of the 27-minute version, and Martin hooked them together because they're insane on that last part. The slides are going all over. They're playing above the neck and above the nut and below the nut on the casino, and you just all kinds of weird stuff is going on, and you can just tell this is a band that's been hammering it out for at least 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But we don't hear that. We hear the short version.
Yeah.
And then
there's one
Yeah.
on Anthology 3, right?
Yeah, that's the one, and that's the one that ended up on the box set too. And it's like 13 minutes long, but it's really slow and kind of
it's like,
plodding. It doesn't do
yeah.
anything. It's very boring.
But getting back, what Alex said pretty much about this whole album, I could, just echo the sentiments because,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like picking favorite bands and everything, but the way he said, without these guys, I don't know. I mean, they just influenced everybody, if you think about it, in any way possible, really. I'm not really going to go through all the tracks or, like Alex said, all 30 or whatever. But, I just like the diversity on the album. There's a bunch of different songs. I think John and Paul wrote
it's diverse like crazy.
Too. Yeah, it's diverse. Ringo, I always liked "Don't Pass Me By." That's a fun Ringo song. It's kind of like country western kind of thing going on. I always like that tune, and that tune goes back a while. I think he had that for like Hard Day's Night or something. So he's had that song for a while. But yeah, all the heavier songs. I mean, there's some really heavy stuff on this record. I mean, kind of like what Alex was saying, "Happiness is a Warm Gun," all them changes and everything. I mean, I love that heavy part in that song. It's always been one of my favorites, and then it goes into like doo-wop at the end almost. It's like just crazy.
You ever notice Paul's eyes are brown on this, and then you see subsequent pictures in the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s, and they're hazel.
So are you saying
he got an eye change?
Is that Billy Shears, Rand?
I'm not going there.
It's a conspiracy. That's not really Paul.
But
I'm just pointing it out that he's got dark brown eyes in this photo. That might be the way they took the photo. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't even put this back. What the hell am I doing here?
I know some of the ones Sidney likes quite a bit are the heavier like Your Blues, which I love that song. That's probably one of their
That's the only song they did at the same time. They did that in a little part studio.
Yeah,
that
they were like
never
jammed
used.
together, right? Yeah.
They were crammed in this room, and that's why that song sounds the way it does.
Yeah, I love the ending of that too.
I can't
really
even put this back. What am I doing?
Sounds raw, And like you guys are saying, Helter Skelter is probably the start or the foundation of what became heavy metal.
I agree. I think Helter Skelter is the birth of heavy metal.
Yeah, I gotta say,
and Paul said the reason he wanted to do that song was because Pete Townshend was bragging about how great I Can See for Miles was, how heavy it was. And Paul said, wait till you see what we do.
Yeah. And I just wanted the acoustic stuff on this record. I really always liked when I was first starting to play guitar. I learned like Blackbird and what's the other one? Mother Nature's Son. I used to play that one.
The finger picking on Dear Prudence was taught to John by Donovan.
Donovan, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's
I like to play Julia.
Oh, Julia's beautiful. Yeah. I love that song so much.
John owed to his mom, right?
Yeah,
it's great, man. Yeah, I just
have you ever seen Sean's girlfriend Charlotte?
Nope.
Charlotte Lemkill.
Does she look like Julia?
She looks just like Julia.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's amazing, unbelievable.
Cool. So, my number one pick. If Alex has this, I'll burn my CCR album because that's how confident I know he won't have it.
He's ready, man.
It's a band they're from California, so maybe I don't know if they'll even land in West Coast Dave, but it's very obscure. Again, I don't have this. I've just listened to this. It's on YouTube. It's been there for a while. I've listened to it over and over. I listened to it again twice today because it's only 28 minutes. So this is the album. The band is called The Hook, and the album is called The Hook Will Grab You. And yes, it's actually pretty
Rainbow
heavy
Rising Senior right there, right?
It does look like Rainbow Rising.
Just for the record, I do have it.
You actually do have this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
What's it sound like?
I'm not burning you, I promise you. I'm not burning you.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
You actually have this?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. Thanks for not letting me down on that, Alex.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm not burning my CCR album. No, that's not.
Well, how would you describe the music?
So I went to this actually, I just realized this just now when finding out more information on like the members, because it's kind of hard to find too much on them. But the guitar player, so they're a power trio. You hear different voices on some songs. I can't confirm who's singing what, but it's the singer, it's the guitar player and the bass player that do the vocals. But these guys are from California. The guitar player was in the band called The Leaves, who did Hey Joe.
Hey Joe, and it's a fast version of it too, way faster
Yeah.
than anybody else.
So they did the original. It was recorded in 65. They didn't like it, so they pulled it. Then they did a second version in 66, which flopped, didn't like it. So their guitar player left. Then they brought in their new guitar player, and they added all this fuzziness to it. And that's like the hit and that ended up becoming a hit. Their version of Hey Joe, The Leaves, became a hit. And then it was covered by Hendrix and Deep Purple as well.
Yeah, the Leaves version was like, "Hey Joe, what you going with that gun in your hand?"
Really
real quick,
and the
real
funny
quick.
thing, Hendrix or Deep Purple do not claim who wrote that song on those albums.
Really weird. Yeah, that's weird. The writing credits like left blank or something, isn't it? It's just like
all the other covers say something, but not that one. And on Hendrix too.
Yeah,
interesting.
The guitar player of The Leaves, who played on that third and hit version of Hey Joe, yeah, Bobby Arlen. So he sings and plays guitar on this as well, and the bass player also does some lead vocals. But yeah, this one I wrote like a whole note on because I'm trying to push this album on people. So yeah, so starts. I did like track by track here. So yeah, it starts with a song called Homes. It's lyrically, it's not about like actual homes. It's about people being called homes back then. So he even says something about like people tell me that homeboy ain't with it. It's really kind of funny, but yeah. But yeah, musically, great funky bass groove throughout. Really catchy fuzz-fused guitar riff. Great vocals and fuzzy guitar soloing as well. It's a great song to open this with. Should have been a huge hit as it's really memorable actually, while still being reasonably heavy for the time. And then second track here, we got Looking For You. This one's a mid-tempo blues rocker that sounds a lot like the early Who at spots, and the drummer is just as solid as Keith Moon on this. Like he does some thunderous drumming on here. Great vocals, fuzzy guitar work. There's even some harmonica at the end, which actually really works well for it. Like it just kind of comes out of nowhere, this harmonica, but it actually works. And I'm not a huge harmonica guy at all, so for me to say that, it really works well on this. Then it gets kind of strange. There's a song called You Know I Do. It's basically sort of like a ballad, but it's kind of got this really old like 50s kind of vibe to it. But this song should have been a huge hit for them because it starts off like a mid-tempo ballad sort of thing, but it's total ear candy and sounds like a radio song of the time. There is a breakdown before as it goes back to the verses where it actually gets fast and that fuzzy guitar comes in out of nowhere and gets cool solo and again heavy bass and drumming on that. Again, just an enjoyable song to listen to. Then we get heavy again with Turn Your Head. Heavy distorted psychedelic blues makes a return on this one. Great heavy groove with all three guys on top form. Singer is singing along with his riffs and the lead lines at one point as well, so that's great. Just crazy frantic lead work at the end with some really, again, thunderous drumming. And then for me, what's the highlight of this, which is actually the song that I decided to pick from this album once we listened to this. And again, these songs are short too. It's 28 minutes, but there's like all these changes in like a 2 or 3 minute song. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, Son of Fantasy. Again, it's like not even 3 minutes, but there's all these changes. But this might be one of the heaviest songs of '68 anyways. And my favorite on the album is called Son of Fantasy. It's just as heavy as anything on the Blue Cheer album, I think. Super distorted. The bass line on this is killer. Super heavy guitar riffs, wild drumming. I would call this as well as one of the earliest examples of heavy metal. Just an amazing song. You can imagine these guys like smashing their instruments at the end when it gets like really crazy. So yeah, really heavy song. Dr. B and His Friends. Weird song title, but yeah, another kind of fun, heavy song full of great catchy vocal melodies, fuzzy guitar, solid bass and drum groove, keeping the beat throughout. Just a good, fun, catchy one. Plug Your Head, another really heavy one. Great heavy rocker, wild drumming, heavy bass, fuzzy guitar. This one's got a few different riffs in it. One of them actually is pretty much identical to that riff, that song Get Ready. You know, that song Get Ready, Here I Come, that I think the Proclaimers covered that, I think, and a few other, it's an old song. But they use that riff, the Get Ready riff in there, but it's just got like this distortion added to it. Again, vocals are singing along to the riffs on this one as well, which adds to the catchiness. There's this really kind of like dreamy lead line in the middle of the song before going back to the main melody for a few lines, before ending with some cool bluesy leads. Then the Get Ready riff comes back in, and then just then this fuzz infused like descending riffs at the very end. It's just, it gets wild kind of at the end. And then this is where it gets, if there's going to be a weak song on here, I would say this is a weak song, but I still enjoy listening to it. It's very hippie-ish. It's called Everything's Groovy. So as the title suggests, it's kind of just like everything's groovy, but it's really short. It's like a minute and a half, so it's like whatever. But catchy and memorable. Drummer's still throwing in some cool fills there, despite being a really mellow song. I'm picky with ballads, but I kind of dig this one. It's kind of like an acid trip type ballad with some melodic guitar lines throughout. It's not like, yeah, it's a very hippie-ish song. This is kind of like, I think it's the weakest on the album, but I don't like skip it. Again, it's really short, like a minute and a half, so I don't mind listening to it. Then here's one that's really funny. A song called Garbage Man. This one shows kind of their sense of humor. Again, short 2-minute song singing about a garbage man and not understanding why his sister is in love with him. It's really funny. But you got lyrics. The chorus changes twice a little. So there's got like the first line being, my sister's mind's made up, but I just can't understand why she loves the garbage man. And then the second chorus is, my sister, you can't be serious. One smell and you're delirious of the garbage man. It's like what? Yeah, throughout the song, there's sounds of like garbage being picked up, like glass bottles and stuff, and thrown into a truck. It's like, what the hell? As for the music, it's just kind of this simple bass drum and guitar throughout, and between each line of him singing about like the garbage man is doing, like all these lyrics about like the garbage man's doing this and all this kind of, and there's these la 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 la's in between it, and it's just really weird, but it's entertaining. Fun, catchy song, despite its silliness, does kind of come off cross as novelty, but it's really fun to listen to. But yeah, the garbage man is related to the whole yeah, no. But it's funny. It's a really funny song. And then again, more silliness, but this one's actually a cover. I didn't realize that until about like 10 minutes before doing the show, and I'm like, okay, well, they didn't write it, but it's silly. The song is called Dimples. This one's a cover of an old John Lee Hooker song, apparently. And yeah, it's just kind of got like that, it's a really basic like blues riff, but the lyrics on this are really silly, but again, it's a cover. Like the first line of this is, you've got dimples in your jaw. That's like said 3 times, followed by, but you're my girl, I got my eyes on you. Just really, it's an old blues song, right? And yeah, really silly lyrics, but and then you got, I love the way you walk, I love the way you talk. Very, again, it's an old bluesy cover song, but there's great distorted guitar solos in there as well. Crazy screaming vocals that are similar to James Brown. I find his voice almost sounds like James Brown a little bit on this. He's doing some, I mean, again, there's 2 singers, but the one guy, he's kind of doing the James Brown thing, especially on this, but like with heavy distortion added to it. Just, yeah, it's a fun song that ends the album, even though it's kind of silly and it's a cover, but overall, like, this album's probably like a 9.5. I could push it to a 10, but yeah, I think it's great, and more people should know this. Like, that's
I can't believe I never heard of it.
How do you have that? That's wild.
Here's what I have advice for everyone out there: don't F with me. I got it.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, Mr. Fogarty.
Don't F with me.
Fogarty. Oh yeah, that's funny. Oh my god. I can't believe you have that. That's awesome that you actually had that. Was that like an honorable? Did you just like get that? How did you have that?
Over there.
Oh, okay.
It's not even part of my honorable. It's too mainstream to be part of my honorable.
That's too mainstream to be part of your honorables. Wow. I didn't see, because I was looking at my notes on my computer, so I wasn't looking at what you're doing. You must have went and grabbed it. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. That's don't fuck with Alex. Yeah. Yeah, cool. And they did a second album in '68, and they added a guy on Hammond organ, which is also a really good album. But
I don't know. I don't think The Hook's a good band name, but
no, it's kind of a weird name. But then they even named the album "Will Grab You." So is the album called "The Hook Will Grab You," or is it just "Will Grab You"? It's kind of weird because they got the band logo above.
I think "The Hook Will Hook You" is better.
The Hook will hook you. The Hook will grab you. But
the hook is what yanks you off stage when people have had enough of your ass.
Good point.
You know, the Garbage Man would have been a better band name. We all know it.
The Garbage Men. Oh my god, it could be their theme song. Oh my god.
I'm looking up on my big TV. I'm looking up 50 albums from 1968, the most popular 50.
Yeah.
And I can't believe what I didn't think of. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, there's so many. So anyone,
we gotta run through some honorables. Right?
Yeah, because I got a show with Dan from Dan Off the Charts in about 12 minutes. So if anyone wants to just quickly rattle off some honorables, don't have to get too detailed, but want to just throw in some honorable mentions.
I got to mention my man Miles Davis.
Okay.
Right. Miles in the Sky. That's great. So just quickly obscure. Little Boy Blues. How about Whistler, Chaucer, Detroit, and Green, the unwritten words of Jeffrey, etc. We have Harumi, which is a weird Verve record that nobody really knows much about, how it was recorded, who did it, who the person is. Dumb band names Fluff, PHLUPH.
What?
And
Fluff. Yeah.
The Savage Resurrection. These are mostly all one and done things.
Yeah.
We have to mention Jazz Sabbath, not Black Sabbath, Jazz Sabbath, the 1968 tapes. If you don't know about Jazz Sabbath, check that out. And then just one last one, not necessarily music, but it came out in 68, and you can't leave out Anton LaVey, Satanic Mass.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh dear God.
All right. So I'm done.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
Since you mentioned him, look up Zena LaVey and then look at Taylor Swift.
Oh God, how Taylor Swift keeps getting mentioned every damn show.
Oh my God.
She looks just like her. She looks just like her. Identical.
Did Jazz Sabbath tour the tour with Dred Zeppelin? No, I'm kidding.
No, Jazz Sabbath is a great jazz band, though. I mean, the whole mythos is they were around before Black Sabbath. They created this music, and Black Sabbath stole it from them. And they put out, I think, 2 studio albums and a live album so far. Yeah. It's fantastic stuff. It's jazz interpretations of Sabbath. Very cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Hey, speaking of Black Sabbath, just 2 days ago, I think I saw on Facebook that they found the recordings of the band Earth and they're releasing them.
They're not anymore. Sharon said no.
Oh.
She blocked it.
Sure.
Sharon!
Sharon!
Rand, you got any honorables?
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Child is Father to the Man, Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper, Stephen Still, Super Session.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm moving this thing as fast as I can because I can't remember anything. Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Okay, hang on. I'm moving this thing fast. Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun. Iron Butterfly, Heavy. I still like it. Jefferson Airplane, Crown of Creation.
Yeah,
love that.
That's a great one.
Steve Miller Band, Children of the Future. Love that. Let's see. Mothers of Invention, We're Only in It for the Money. Oh, and Pink Floyd, Sauce Full of Secrets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There's so many that I just There's 68 was, When I did this, I'm like 60. I don't really know of enough albums in there. And then a lot of these I would have figured were 69, but then I looked at the list. I was like, oh, actually, a lot came out in 68 that I.
Oh, by the way, you remember when I mentioned Frigid Pink and they were an acid rock band? The reason I brought them up was their biggest hit, and nobody knows anything else about them, is A House of the Rising Sun. Their version of that song is so freaking cool. Fuzzbox up the yin yang.
Is theirs original? No, because even the Animals is not original, right? That's like an older, really old.
Yeah, it's an old traditional kind of thing. Yeah. But Frigid Pink turned into acid rock heaven. I love that too.
They're from Michigan, are they not?
I thought they were from Texas, but I don't know.
Frigid Pink, okay.
They could be from Detroit. I'm not sure.
See, I could have picked that over. I could have thrown that in there too. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. So, Dave,
Frigid Pink, they couldn't get a second song.
Yeah.
All right, I got a few. I was almost going to pick the Kinks or the Village Green Preservation Society.
I went by that.
That's a really good album. Velvet Underground put out White Light, White Heat. Otis Redding put out Dock of the Bay and Person at the Whiskey a Go-Go and another album. Sly and the Family Stone, Dance to the Music, Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison.
Oh, God.
Cool. Christina.
Waiting for the Sun. I only picked one, but you guys mentioned the other ones that I would pick as honorable mentions too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waiting in the Sun. They say it's a little poppy, but I like it. Hello, I Love You is a very big hit of theirs. And I like the nature scheme of it when it gets down to the other songs. You know, we're talking Summertime.
Yeah. Wintertime Love.
Wintertime, Summertime, Wintertime Love, and even Spanish Caravan. I love that one too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than a Soft Parade.
Yeah.
Come on, now touch me, babe.
Soft Parade is a good name for that album. So it's kind of soft.
I love that album. I don't have a
Yeah, I guess I'm the contrarian there, man.
Well,
I don't know.
I think it's proggy.
I like it, but I put it 6 out of the 6. That's all.
Okay.
I think it's a prog album.
LA Woman's probably my favorite, but yeah. So Logan, any honorables?
So Rand brought this one up. The
yeah,
and, yeah, that's a great record. Mike Bloomfield.
Season of the Witch kills.
Oh, this is the best version of Season of the Witch to me.
Yeah, you know why? Because Steven Stills is playing a Fender Telecaster on that. That's why.
Yeah, he does a killer solo on that.
That thing is tangy, man.
Felt bad leaving the Stones out, man. Beggar's Banquet.
Oh, you got the original cover too.
There you go.
Yeah, I have that.
And I had two more. Taj Mahal, he was an American blues guitarist. He put his debut record out in '68. It's got Leaving Trunk and a couple other standards on it. It's a good album. And I picked a UK blues band, not Fleetwood Mac, the Groundhogs. Their first album.
Yeah.
Scratching the Surface. That's a great record too, man. So
I never heard them.
Cool.
Good stuff, Rand.
You guys pretty much just said all my honorables for the most part. Yeah, like pretty much everything mentioned.
That's the way my whole day's been going.
Like I could go through a bunch of like obscure bands as well that released 60, I guess like the second Hook album or whatever. But like there's so many obscure bands that came out at the time.
Go ahead and do it, and I'll pull the records for you.
You guys pretty much. The thing is, half these bands aren't even on Wikipedia. The release dates for them, so I would have to actually like sit there like looking this shit up. But yeah, I think Chicken Shack. I don't know if they did. Did they have an album in '68? That one I'm just guessing on.
It might be close. I don't know.
I thought I saw that on the list.
They did. I noticed it.
They did. Yeah, I thought I saw that.
Christy McVie's.
Christy
where
McVie
she
was
started.
in that band. Yep.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll be playing songs from these albums. We got a few repeats just for, like from our top 3. So these guys will send me like what songs. Christina, I think, already sent me her songs earlier. But yeah, you guys can send me what songs you want. But yeah. So thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks,
I can't believe that's mind blowing.
I can't believe you have that.
That's just crazy. I'm gonna pick something out. Even Alex doesn't know, and then he's just like, "Don't fuck with me."
Hold out.
Oh, it's funny. Damn, I can't even. Damn, that's crazy. But so thanks everybody for watching, and thanks Alex, Rand, Dave, Christina, and Logan for doing this. So
you know what would have been a good title for that one? Get Hooked.
That's their second album title. That's actually the second album. It's called Get Hooked. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot one. I just looked at right now. The debut of 3 Dog Night.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. I'm like, ooh. I like.
Came out the same day as Electric Ladyland, I think.
I love that song. And I didn't know Harry Nilsson wrote it. I just see it for the first time here. He wrote it.
Cool. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. If any of you guys want to join and hang out with us playing these songs, it's at 12 o'clock Eastern, so 9 o'clock California for West Coast Dave and Rand. I don't know if that's too early for you guys, but we'll be live at 12 o'clock. We'll be doing 2 shows, 18 songs. So it looks like we're gonna have quite a few songs from a few of these albums, because a few of these albums were picked twice, but that's cool. So so thanks everybody for watching, and Dan from Dan's Off the Charts will be joining me in a couple minutes. So go check out Alex's channel, go check out Rand's channel, just search Rand Anthony Kelly in YouTube, you'll come across that. And Alex is oh my god,
Tainted Decibels.
Yes,
I'm glad
I'm gonna put up the Korg Nautilus defect video just to have people laugh.
Okay. But yeah, so go check those guys out, go subscribe to them as well. So so thanks everybody for watching, and I'm not even really going anywhere. Dan's gonna be on here with me in like a couple minutes doing our A to Z, doing deep cuts of Canadian bands. So we're on the letter D right now. So thanks everybody for watching, and
Dillinger.
Hop on to the next stream. It has to be stuff I actually own. I don't own Dillinger.
Oh, you can't do it on the streaming thing and call it I like it, I don't like it.
But yeah. Anyways, thanks for
That's
watching. That's
what poor people do.
Thanks everybody for joining. Oh my god. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and all the guests for joining.
Bye everybody. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense.
Bye.